All right, so welcome to 94 feet.
Pressure's on.
See, he
Pressure,
do
pressure's on.
See,
Let's see if he
do
can.
it.
Let's see if he can get the intro right. Pressure is on.
Watch this. Watch this.
All right, here we go.
Well, the lights is on. I perform. That's what it is.
Here we go.
Welcome to
Pressure. Put the pressure on him.
welcome to 94 feet. The reason why we call it 94 feet, the length of the court, 94
All
feet.
right. Yeah. He's using the laughter
Length
to try
of
to
the court,
distract.
94 feet. I'm Jay. I got my guy right here, man.
Yep. The legendary Shane.
So me and Shay, we went to go hoop on a Tuesday, right? Let me tell this fool what happened on Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
So Shane didn't want to go hoop on Tuesday. I'm not gonna say why. I'm not gonna say why.
This the picture
Shane
we
didn't
paint.
want to go hoop on Tuesday.
This the
He
picture
left
we
me
paint.
out there by myself. That's what he did. So I'm out here, you know. So all right. So I get there by the view. You know, people hooping already, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's me. It's some dude that's walking slow.
Oh man.
I'm like, okay, he can hoop. He can hoop.
Yeah.
The slow walk. We waiting on him. He about 6, you know, athletic build. I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
It's another dude. He about my height, 5'10". Got a little nappy fro. Look, you know, I'm about your complexion. I'm like, okay, we got, you know, I seen him. He was shooting. Now he's shooting from dame range, and I'm
Got a
just
couple
like,
of dark skinned fellas here.
now we got the dark skinned dude with the braids, a little shorter dude. He like 5'8". Never want to shoot. Never want to shoot. Always
We
want to
played.
pass.
Was he playing when we were playing?
Yeah, he was playing when we was playing. I don't know his name. And the other two dudes is not even.
Oh,
worth
I know you're talking about.
right?
Uh-huh.
Or the other dude. Or his name is Nate.
Got you.
The last dude we played with, his name is Nate.
All right.
White guy, ponytail.
Yeah.
Look like he, you know, he a little brolic, right?
Yeah.
Like, all right, we stop,
Uh-huh.
you know. Now I go and look at the team. Nobody's above 6 feet, so it's just like,
no.
okay, all right. I'm like, we good though.
Yeah,
Get out,
uh-huh.
run, hit a few shots. No,
Oh,
didn't
no.
happen that way. So let me go ahead first say that I did not play to my potential. I did not play to my potential. I'm
Oh,
gonna let you know
man.
that now. I did airball. I haven't airballed.
Yeah, I said, I don't think I
three.
seen your air ball.
I haven't airballed a 3 in a long. It was bad, but I did some push-ups before. I did some push-ups the day before, so you know that was no for real though. The ball was like heavy.
Yeah.
So I'm you know trying to
Yeah.
like, and it didn't work.
It just
I didn't
wasn't-
play how, but I was still better than who I
The rest,
was
yeah.
with. So this dude that I said walk slow, look like
Uh-huh.
he can hoop.
No.
That boy, no.
No.
No, look like he can dribble the ball. So that was the first game we lost.
Oh man.
We lost it. Dude that was shooting dame range, and I'm just like, all right, bro.
I'm trying
Like,
to figure
what
out
do we do?
what-
He wasn't there the one time we went, right? So the
Is
second
he light
game-
skinned?
Yeah,
Short,
like a
light-skinned?
light skin, short. Well, he, I don't know. He got a nappy head, but
Oh no. It was a dude that was shooting dame range, but he was light skinned, but I think he had like some kind of like braids or something.
nah. So the second game, right? We in the game. Like it's 9 to 9. I think we played to 11, or yeah, it's 9-9.
Yeah, going to
Played
11 ones and twos.
right? So this is what happened, right?
Oh man.
And I got the ball. I'm like, this is gonna be game. Let me go ahead and end these fools. So they somehow or another they double team me. I'm like, I just airballed a shot. How y'all double
not
teaming
stupid,
me?
They're
How
not
y'all
stupid. I would
teaming
double
me?
team you, too.
So I passed the ball. I had to pass the ball. Turnover. We lose the
Oh,
game.
man.
We lose that game. So I'm 0-2 right now. So I'm like, all right, I should have just pulled up. Shoulda
Yeah.
but I wasn't hitting anyway. So I mean,
Uh-huh.
maybe. And then the third game. So the third game, this is when I quit after the game.
Oh, you left?
after the game. You notice that team that bring their group, their five in.
Yeah.
They had this one dude. He like 6'4",
Oh, it's
athletic,
over.
young bull.
Oh,
I'm
it's
just
over.
like,
It's over.
I'm just like, okay, all right,
Yeah.
you know. I wasn't scared.
Yeah, but you know it's about to be a
But you
tougher
just
matchup.
know
Yeah.
from the matchup who you play with, it
Yeah.
wasn't gonna be good,
Uh-huh.
you know. And they miss a shot. I'm trying to talk to like get my team
Yeah.
going, get me
Oh,
going.
no.
Yeah, that's off. All right, grab the rebound. Nah, bro, I couldn't do
Yeah.
it, man. It was a sad, sad day, man. Sad day. I
You ain't get no
airballed.
wins. 0-3.
What'd you say?
You 0-3.
Yeah, man. I had to get out of there.
Damn.
I got out of there. I ain't lied to. I had to get out of there,
Yeah,
man.
and it be hot in there too.
Because if I'd have played another game, then I would have had to say something to them,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't want to be that
Yeah.
guy. You know, like it's recreational. You gotta have fun, but like I think doing that, it got my competitiveness back because I wanted.
Yeah.
For
you
one,
you wanted to go crazy,
I want to go crazy.
and now but you're not hooping tomorrow though. I'm hooping tomorrow,
Oh, my
but now
God.
you're not hooping
Here
tomorrow.
he go.
Here you come with
Here
excuses.
Here he go. So let's go ahead and get into the episode.
The funny thing is, right? I kid you not. I'm not even trying to be one of them people that's like, all right, but when you're not there, whenever I play with Jay, I feel like I play much worse. I play so much worse when I play with Jay, and I'm like, I don't get it. Like every time I play with him, it just seemed like it's a force field on the rim, and it's like I forget how to. And we'll get wins.
We winning.
We winning, but I'm like, I cannot. But then when I don't play with him, now he have a bad game because when we play together, he the one on, and I'm just like.
That's why
it's a
that's
force
why
field.
I need this food again.
And then,
So I get to win.
and then when he not there, bro, I
need
kid
to
you not,
win.
I played there not last Tuesday, but 2 Tuesdays ago, the one when you didn't play and you
Yeah.
left me out to dry. That Tuesday, it's funny because we lost the first game. And so one of the dudes, I kid you not, came in, he said, the reason why we lost, he talking to another team, said, the reason why we lost is because we not playing through him. He referring to me. And I'm like, and we lost 6-11, and I think I had 5 out of the 6. But we have dudes just chucking shots, and I'm like,
Yeah, you get that out
dude,
there, man.
some dude turned the ball over 2 times, and I'm like, he inbound the ball. It's a dude posting up, and he like trying to get it to him. I like kind of curl up to 3. I'm like, easy pass, make the easy pass. Looks at me, throws it to the dude posting up. His man tips it. So you're trying to lob it to the dude that's in the post. Your man right in front of you should not be able to tip that pass. And now we got a fast break situation. I didn't even run back. I'm not even gonna lie. I was mad because I'm like. I literally I said, yo, make the easy pass. Make the easy pass. Because I see you looking. I see you looking to get that.
I see you looking at that.
And they see you looking at that now. The defense see you looking at that.
Listen, if
this
you
man
seen it, he's
seen it. This man tried to lob it over. Old boy in front of him, tipped it. Boom. Start to run, and I'm like, I'm not chasing your mistake down, bro. Like that's your mistake.
funny.
You go chase him down now.
That's funny. Nah, man.
But tomorrow gonna be a good one. And you not showing up, man. That's crazy.
Man, I can't, man. So this is one thing I saw on Twitter the other day. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh man, what's the word? What's the word?
They said who gonna this is crazy. They said who's gonna be the first player to tell Bronny you only got drafted
because your dad. Ooh.
Listen,
somebody said
Bronny, I
Pat
know
Bev.
you got some game, bro, but this is hilarious.
Yeah, somebody said Pat Bev gonna be the first one. I just know it.
I don't think it's gonna be Pat Bev, man, because
It
the
gonna have
Lakers ain't gonna play. Well, I don't
Milwaukee.
even know where he's at. Is he still in Milwaukee or what?
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah, Pat Bev, he'd end up somewhere
whatever.
real quick.
Yeah.
He didn't play.
But somebody
trying to
said
gain every
Anthony
jersey.
Edwards is gonna be the first one.
I can
Ed
see
will
Ed-
do that. Ed is gonna do it. I was like, you know what? If it's one
Yeah.
person that will do that, listen, this dude is talking stuff to Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
You don't think he's gonna tell Bronny something crazy?
I think. I
Or
think he
Dylan
got
Brooks.
to, yeah. That's exactly the
Dylan
name
Brooks.
I was about to say. I was literally about to say, got too much respect for Braun. I think to do his son like that, I think Dylan Brooks would be it. Yeah, Dylan Brooks don't. Dylan Brooks.
Well, we know he don't
Dylan
like
Brooks don't
LeBron.
care. It's somebody. And I was gonna say it would be like the person who talked the craziest. I think is Draymond, but Draymond, you know how much he loved
Oh,
Braun.
my
He ain't gonna do it.
goodness.
He
Yeah.
playing Unk right now to Bronny, so he not gonna do it. But yeah, as far as stars, which star besides like? Cause I mean, Pat Bev, a regular dude.
It's gonna be Ant-Man. It's
Ant-
no
Ant-
other
out of all
star
the
that
stars.
talk like that.
Yeah, out of all the stars, I think it would be Ant.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be
Yeah.
the Jokic.
Ain't gonna be
or
Tyrese
Luka.
Halliburton or one of them
Oh
dudes.
my goodness.
Luka
It'd probably
might.
be Tyrese.
Luka might. I hear he talk the craziest.
Bruh.
I hear if you watch podcasts and the NBA players, they always say the people who talk the most is always Draymond and Luka. They say those two talk the craziest.
Which is true, but
They say they
Luka
talk
got
the-
a lot of respect for Bron too.
He
So
does,
that's
but
why I
he
don't
say it in
think
he
it's
say it in
hard.
Slovenian or something like that. Like he say it, but he ain't gonna say it in English. Like he looked like he say like even when you see, I think it was like Game 5 versus the Timberwolves, the game that they were gonna eliminate him. He came by and started whispering something to Ant
That's
ear,
funny.
and they asked
Yeah.
him, they were like, "What did you say?" And he was like, "It was inappropriate or something like that." I'm like, he done probably say some slave stuff to Ant. he done whisper some slave stuff in Ant ear.
Man,
He
I
looked like
already-
he the type to do something like that, man, and say it in a different language.
Yeah, Luka's crazy. I
Yeah.
don't think I would vote Ant. I would vote Ant.
It's one of them two. That's what
Yeah.
because I think Luca is sick because he speaks Spanish. Like he seemed like he mumbles stuff under his breath. Like he the type that just mumbles something foul and just try to play it off.
Yeah. But let's get into all these trades, man.
It's
And
a lot going on,
everybody
man, and we
going
ain't got-
everywhere.
we
So
ain't even
CP3
involved.
to the Spurs, man. No, don't care. You don't
It's
care
no.
that he can get the ball to Vic or nothing.
You too
Because
old,
that,
man.
you know what they wasn't getting the ball to Vic.
That's true. They
Until
get-
the end of the year.
It's going. I just don't see them still being a playoff team. Like they may go from 15th spot because they were 15th, right? Yeah, they were worse in the
They was
West.
terrible.
Yeah, they worse in the
didn't make-
West.
Listen, anybody who don't make the play in doesn't.
Yeah, they all group
They
together.
all the same. They
Yeah,
all the same.
I see them going from 15th, maybe 12th. Because I don't see the Blazers getting
mean-
better. The Blazers are gonna be hot garbage.
Yeah,
Who else in the bottom tier?
everybody. Or,
Yeah, because
or-
there's a lot of teams that got better, and I just don't think the Spurs got that much.
so what
better.
about DeMar to the Kings? That make
I
it-
feel like that helps a lot. I feel like that's helps a lot in a standpoint that like, what was Harrison Barnes, bro? I was taking the unders on him at like 6.5 points, like taking the unders on him. But they need a guy that can really slow the game down. You know, Fox is gonna run. You got Sabonis
Yeah.
that can just like facilitate and do all that
Yeah.
stuff. But they need a guy. Like, I'm not saying Fox can't do it. He was like leader in clutch points, like.
Yeah.
But when you can go to another guy, like you're not gonna really hand the ball to Sabonis and be like, all right, Sabonis
get
go
you.
get a bucket.
Yeah.
Like you can hand it to Sabonis and say, hey, orchestrate the offense.
Mm-hmm.
But was just Fox and then Monk had to do it off the bench. But like DeMar DeRozan, he a mid-range special. Like he know how to perform
How
in
do
those
you-
moments as well.
Let's say who's the coach? Mike Brown.
Yeah, Mike Brown.
How are you using DeMar in that offense though? Are you putting him as? Because remember they still got Kevin Horter at the 2, so you put him at the 3. You put DeMar at the 3.
Yeah.
And
He was doing
then-
that with the Bulls. Levine was a 2.
True.
So you just
true,
keep him at
true,
that small
true,
forward.
True. So do you run more isolation with him? You put him off the ball. What do you do?
Honestly, what works for them is the off the ball, the moving around. Sabonis kind of playing that Jokic kind of thing, just getting people moving around. I would honestly still keep it like that, but then still have some plays where DeMar, we clear out. You got to be you.
Go
We
do your thing,
traded you
yeah.
here to be you. Like
Yeah.
I hate when teams trade players to their team to not be them.
Right.
It's the best version. Like, all right, Giannis, we traded you to this team so you can be a spot up shooter in the corner. Like, no, that's not what I do. You will not get the best result out of me. The team is gonna perform back because I can't be me. Like,
Yeah. So with the Kings adding, oh boy, where do you? And they got Malik Monk back. I think that's when the season kind of started to turn, man. Because
when they lost him, they lost that playoff spot.
yeah, man. Because that is
They
what
slipped far
18, 20 points off the bench, man.
for real.
The dude was balling. So where do you see them in the playoffs next year? The
I
Kings.
think so because I really something about the Pelicans. I know they got 6 seed, but it's just something about them that just I don't know.
And it's
I
still iffy on Bi right now. We
yeah,
don't
that's
know
something
where
like
he at. Yeah.
I'm probably jumping the gun on this, but speaking of Bi, I've been seeing a lot of stuff like with Milwaukee want them and stuff. I'm like, why?
No.
Why? So
No.
you one of them people too? That's
Nobody.
all. I said like, nah, we don't need them.
No, we
Thank
don't
you,
need
thank you.
Bi,
You don't play
man.
defense like that, like, and he
He's
does the same thing Chris
always
Middleton does.
hurt,
Yep.
man. Not always, but he's hurt a lot.
Does the
And
same
Bi,
exact
he's one of
thing
those
Middleton
like,
does.
and it kind of annoys me because it. I don't know for sure, but it just seems like he doesn't really care.
Exactly.
Some
You
games he's
can't be like
like,
that around Giannis.
sometimes he's like, all right, let me go ahead and drop 30, and then next night he's like, I'm gonna take this night off.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It's
take
just
this.
like,
I give you a little
bruh,
smooth
what are
11.
we doing?
Shoot the ball 8
Like,
times.
nah,
Yeah.
man. No, Bucks don't need Bi, man.
We need somebody that's hungry, and I just don't get that from Bi. Like we
Yeah.
need somebody. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little disappointed this offseason at what's going on. I don't think a lot of people are mad because we're not getting a super duper game changer. But I'm like, I don't think we got a team. We got a team where we need a real
I need Brook
game
gone,
changer.
man.
But I need. We need
I need
something.
Brook
We
gone.
need something because like
Well, we got Delon, right?
the long run. I like that pickup.
And Torian Prince.
I'm not mad at it.
We
And
need
people
wings.
are looking like, man, they didn't get DeMar DeRozan. I'm like, we don't
Nah,
need
we
DeMar
don't need
DeRozan.
DeMar.
Like we don't
Nah,
need
we
an
don't need
all-star
DeMar,
team. Like we
man.
really don't. Like we have Giannis, who's arguably the best player in the world,
Yep.
top 3 without a doubt. We have Damian Lillard, who's a top 75 player. Okay, he'd be 34 going into the season, but he's still Damian Lillard. Like, and he had a bad year and still started for the All-Star game. So
Right. His
I still
bad
trust-
year was averaging 25.
yeah, exactly. His bad
I'll
year was
take
people's
it.
best year. So it's like, all right, you give him more comfort. You give the coach some time. Like they let him marinate a little bit with these 3 guys, with Middleton, Giannis, Lillard. Give them a little time to marinate, get to know each other. I think we perform much better. So we don't need another star. Like,
Yeah.
but we do need some athleticism
Yes.
in these positions. Like, one thing I was mad at that we didn't get, like, Wiseman. Like, because I don't feel like Wiseman is gonna make a lot of money. Like, but he's athletic. Like he moves around, so it's like,
He can
dang,
move,
I felt
he
like
can move his feet.
yeah, he can move his feet. Like that would be somebody that like I feel like, all right, we should have went after.
Actually, I'm glad you brought this up because I was talking to Camille on Twitter, or we
Oh,
was
word?
going out back and forth, and I'm like, Doc, we need athletic people that
Yeah.
Doc is gonna play, and Camille pretty much like, he plays the young guys, the
Mm-hmm.
athletic guy, if they're playing good, and I'm just like, we'll never know if they're playing good or not because he doesn't play.
You don't play him.
But then she brought up an article that said that they do play him. I brought up an article that said that they don't. So I
think
mean,
But you got to remember, he
but she
wasn't
made
really
a good
playing
point
him.
though. She said that we have athletic wings.
Mm-hmm.
You got
Beauchamp.
you got Beauchamp.
Mm-hmm.
You got Ajax.
Mm-hmm.
So those are 2 wings, and then you got Torian Prince, and now you got
DeLon
DeLon Wright. You maybe got Pat Bev. I
Mhm.
don't know what his situation is like. So
It's that center position.
and that's what
It's
I'm saying.
the center position. Like that's really what it comes down to. Like that pick and roll, we were getting killed on that, bro.
Yeah,
We were getting
man,
killed.
I can't do that
we were
drop
getting killed when it was
zone, man.
Griffin, and we were getting killed when it was Doc. Like we were getting killed both ways. Pause. It's like,
Who was winning under Griffin?
hey, we're not even going to visit that.
River
but-
was winning.
Really though, like we were getting killed with that situation with
You
Brooke.
need an athletic center nowadays.
Now for real.
Now you
Nowadays
need
more
an
than ever.
athletic center. Like, do you think you can win with a traditional center like Brooke? I mean, we did win it 3 years ago.
That was Brooke 3 years ago. Though.
Exactly my
He was
point.
3 years younger.
Man.
Like think about the times where Trae Young put us in a pick and roll. D'Lo,
Yeah,
D'Angelo Russell put us in a pick and roll.
Yeah.
Ja is going to be back. Obviously, we only played him twice, but it's the type of guard. Those type of guards.
and you know one thing
That's
that
gonna kill us.
watching this postseason taught me, seeing the Celtics do what they did. Look at their 5-man.
Exactly.
Not a traditional big.
Nope.
The Nuggets, look at their 5-man.
And they had a
traditional
defensive
big.
point guard.
Right. Not a traditional big. Like I think
Yeah,
I
you don't
think the
win with that.
game is going away. And one other thing that you got to think about: look at the T Wolves that didn't have Gobert.
Hmm.
When they didn't have
And
Gobert,
they
they
put
put
Nas
on
in.
the best defensive half that I have ever seen in my
Yeah.
life.
If Rudy Gobert wins another Defensive Player
Oh
of the
my
Year award,
god!
I
Oh
will
my
start a
god!
boycott.
This you got
I
to
will start a
start the
riot.
petition
I will do
because there's
something.
no way, man.
I will do something. I
Listen,
will start
and
Jamal Murray and throwing things on the court until I get banned.
and one thing you do gotta think about too is that Mavs series. The Wolves were supposed to win that series, man.
Oh my
But
god, that still breaks my heart that them fools went out
playing
like that.
Gobert. Luca hit a shot. Who he hit it on? Gobert.
Gobert,
It's just like
that was so
Luca would
nasty.
hit a shot on anybody.
But
But
making that man
Gobert,
dance like
I
that, it was just out of pocket.
and that's what I'm saying. Like I was telling Chris Finch, you need to bench Gobert, man.
In
They're
a moment.
going to he's going to get what you got. So you
That
think
was bad coaching all around the board. Like for
Yeah,
playing
it was
Gobert,
bad,
for
man.
not attacking Luca. Like it pained me to see how much they weren't attacking Luca.
Yeah.
And what the Celtics did do. They put like, oh my god.
Yeah, they were killing
Like,
Luka.
if I'm Ant,
Jaylen Brown
I'm searching for
was
him.
Smoking Luka.
I'm searching for him every time. If I'm Cat or Ant,
Yeah.
I'm searching for him every time. Every time.
Yeah. So what about Eric Gordon and Drummond to Philly? That make
First
a
of all,
difference to
Drummond,
you?
I'm like, and
He
you know
called
Drummond
it-
is only like 30.
Yeah, he called himself the best rebounder ever. You
Nah, I
agree with
can't say that. No, Dennis Rodman got that. Dennis Rodman got that. But he in his good days he was rebounding well, and sometimes for the Bulls last year he was catching some overs for
He
me.
was all right.
But
He was all
nah,
right.
that don't move the needle. And it was
And then
Eric Gordon
PG
too.
Yep, Eric Gordon and then PG go to the. So they're starting five. Tyrese Maxey, they just inked him.
Hmm.
Tyrese Maxey, Kelly Oubre, PG,
Hmm.
and they got rid of Tobias Harris.
Yeah, that man's still robbing people blind, bro. Robbing people blind. Like, what is
Yeah,
he? Does he got dirt
man.
on somebody?
I don't
His
know,
agent?
man.
I
That's
think
what
they
it
said his
is.
agent is his dad. His dad must have some dirt on somebody. Cause I'm
Yeah.
like,
And then they got Eric Gordon and Joel Embiid. You scared of that team, that five?
I don't think that's. They can't put Kelly Oubre and PG in a lineup. I hope not.
I mean, who else do you put in there?
They still got one of the Morris brothers.
I don't know. I don't know which one they
Somebody.
got.
I feel like you can't like. It's just too small. Pause. Like if I got
mean, you got
if I got
Embiid.
Giannis, like I'm destroying that team. Like
Yeah.
PG, Kelly Oubre, Eric Gordon, and Maxey.
Yeah.
Move.
The crazy
Like,
exactly.
move.
You know the crazy thing is all the people in the East, all the teams in the East,
Or small pause.
Giannis would
Eat.
feast. And it's just like run them down. The Celtics, Giannis would eat. Got to run it down to go to the Philly. He would eat. They're small. Yes, they got Joel Embiid, but he didn't put 50
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Embiid already.
Joel can't guard.
He didn't put 50
Did you
on
see
him
the play
already.
when Joel tried to do something dirty and like
Yep.
run into Giannis, and Giannis
Yeah.
like ran him over, and he tried to play victim,
Yeah.
and Giannis kind of just shook it off, but
And you
he
know
was
the
on the
crazy
floor.
thing is Giannis was off.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Giannis was off. He tried to like shoulder check him
Yeah,
and got ran over, and I was like, he felt that too.
Yeah,
and
he
Giannis
had
seemed to shake it off. Like,
he like, yeah, what you on the ground for, fool?
yeah, what are you doing running into this dude? Like,
And then the Knicks. How do you feel about the Knicks, man? You think they're a contender or not? Because
I don't know if I say contender, because I really do feel like, I'm not gonna lie. Right now, if you just look at it, I still feel like the Celtics are the team to beat. I mean,
they
they won like they're the team to beat. Like
They signed everybody. Everybody's coming back. They're not losing anybody.
nobody, and they
Which
got the
the Bucks
chemistry.
should have did, but well, this is a story for another day. But anywho,
And so that team is still scary. The thing about the Knicks, I don't know if I feel like they're title contenders, but at the same time, I feel like they can beat anybody.
yeah,
Like that's one of the teams that you like. I don't know if I can really consider y'all the ring chase. Like y'all gonna get the ring, but I don't want to play them.
yeah. I think they're more like they're more like the modern day like Heat
Yeah, like I don't
Like,
want to play that team
you
if I'm the
know
Celtics.
it's gonna be a tough out, man.
Yeah, if I'm
Like,
Philly,
oh man,
if I'm the top, like if I'm Philly, Milwaukee, or Celtics, I don't want to play them.
yeah, because they just gonna make it tough.
Yeah,
And you got Josh Hart, you got OG, you got
nobody
Mikal
feel like
Bridges,
dealing with a whole bunch of like bulldog guard dogs. Like
yeah,
nobody feel
man,
like
that's
dealing with
what
all
it
that. Nobody feel
is.
like dealing with that. I
But at the
just want to
same
go to
time,
the
I feel like they're just a little,
too small.
yeah, they're too small paws. Like it's just, I don't know. A lot of the top teams just don't have like,
Yeah. I think them losing Hartenstein was huge though. Like people don't realize
yeah,
I don't know if
yeah.
Hartenstein is $30 million worth.
3 years, 87.
Yeah, I don't know if he had 30 million. What is it? Breakdown like 29. I don't think he's a $30 million player. But I ain't gonna say he not a 25 million. Like, hey,
What he did
helped
for
them.
that team, that's why
What?
he got that contract though.
Exactly.
Like he wasn't a liability on defense. He hustled, and
He was getting assists. He was getting blocks. Bro,
was
one time I
doing it
took the
all,
under
man.
on him, bro. They had him, I kid you not, they had him at 3.5 blocks and steals combined. And he had it in the first quarter. It killed my ticket in the first quarter.
So
and
you
I was
smoked
like,
your
and it's not
ticket.
like I don't know hoops, but they were playing a good matchup where I was like, all right, 4? He got to get 4 to kill the ticket. Like they got him at 3.5. I'm like, that's pretty generous. He
Yeah.
killed it in the first quarter. I kid you not. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. And he did it off
That's
of like
funny.
steals too. It was 3 steals and 1 block.
Hey, so you still think Mikal Bridges is a go-to player? Or?
Yeah, I think he's a go-to
This
player.
dude, I thought you was just.
Like I had to think about
last
this.
time.
I still think
Nah.
he's a go-to player. Like
Oh my goodness. Okay, bro.
you don't trade it. Obviously, the Knicks think that too. You
No.
don't trade away all that stuff that they did for him if you don't think he's a go-to player. They have him. They trying to have a 3-headed monster kind of thing. And I'm not saying he's a go-to player as much as Brunson, not nearly, or Randall. But I do think he's a player like the same way with Middleton. Giannis, Dame Middleton. Like Middleton still, you can be like, all right, I'm gonna draw some
Middleton
plays
is
up
more
for
of
you.
a go-to player than Mikal Bridges.
He is, but I'm saying, but Dame and Brunson on a regular year, who's more of a go-to player, Dame or
Listen,
Brunson?
I would go to Dante DiVincenzo before I. Nah,
You
I'm
bugging
flexing.
out.
I'm
You
flexing.
absolutely
I'm
bugging out.
flexing.
I was about to say now.
I'm flexing. I'm just,
For
Nah,
their
I'm just
system,
playing
he's a
around.
go-to player.
I'm just playing. around.
Mikal on certain teams is not, but for this Knicks team, he is.
No, sir. No.
So you
I
only
don't
running.
see Mikal Bridges
So you
as a go-to
only
player.
running through Randall and Brunson,
That's all you got to, man.
but you got a 20-point per game score
on the
for their
Nets.
system.
No, man. Why would you ever go to Mikal Bridges, man?
Because he's a 20-point per game
He's
scorer.
not an offensive guy, man. I don't see him as an offensive guy.
A 20-point per game scorer.
I don't
Most
see him.
like-
I'm sorry. I mean, I don't see him as an offensive guy.
You don't have to though. The
I
Knicks
see
do.
Mikal Bridges as, hey, get some defense in. You know, be the best role player you can be. That's how I see.
Nah, he's
Mikal
not a
Bridges.
role player, bro.
He's a role player to me.
Mikal's a role player.
Yes, man.
A role
He's
player.
a great role player.
I think he's a solid starter. Like we talked about last episode.
Again,
I think
that
he's a
solid
starter. And a role player are two different things, bro. Two very different things.
I don't think so. I think.
So you
it's
think
the-
Derrick White is he? What is he? Is he a
Derrick-
star?
No, he's not a star.
Is he a role player?
Yes, he's a role player.
I think he's a solid starter.
Yes. A starter can be a role player, is what I'm saying.
A role player can be a solid starter. Like they could be inverse. Like a role player is somebody that all right, they play their role, and you don't rely on them to do anything else besides just fill in. I don't think Derrick White is just a fill in anymore. Pause. I think he was, but I think he changed his game to where he was leading the team in scoring multiple nights.
man,
like a role
he's-
player doesn't lead the team in like
They
scoring
can.
multiple times
They
or lead them
can't-
in.
Derrick White never led the team in
He never let them in scoring.
No.
Bro, I was cashing overs on him. He getting 30 plus.
No. I was talking about like averages. I'm not talking about
No,
a
not
game
averaging.
here, a game there. Anybody can do that. Like it's not hard to
Nah,
do.
he's not a role player. He's a solid starter.
He's a
When I think
starter.
of role players,
He's a starter, but you can be a role player
all right,
as
so
a starter.
Derrick Jones for the Mavs. That's a role player. He's not a solid, even though he starts, he's not a solid starter. He's a role player.
Listen,
PJ Washington is a role player. He's not a solid starter.
how
Mikal
is
Bridges.
he not a solid starter?
What's the difference between? So there's a difference between PJ Washington and Mikal Bridges. Are you saying that they're at the same skill level? PJ Washington and Mikal Bridges.
I see Mikal Bridges.
And you see PJ Washington equal.
I mean, obviously, as a role player, you can do stuff better than the next role player. But I still think on the scheme, the foundation is you're a solid starter and you're a role player.
I think a solid
that's what
starter, I
Mikal
think you
Bridges
can go
is.
on any of these 30 teams and be a starter. Role player, I don't think you look at every 30 teams and say he can start on every 30. PJ Washington, I don't think he can be a starter on all 30 teams in the league. Mikal Bridges, I think he can be a starter on all 30. That's the difference between a role player and a solid starter.
That's right. But again, I think that for one, it's all relative. But for two, it's like, yes, Mikal Bridges can do that. But at the same time, he's
a
still
solid
gonna
starter.
be a
He's not
role
just
player. If PJ Washington,
do you get what I'm saying? Like, I think a role player can't start on all 30 teams.
I get what you're saying. If PJ Washington goes to the Nets, he's not going to average 20, but he'll average 17, 18.
I don't know if I see him averaging 18. He was on the Hornets and wasn't doing it.
Well, I mean,
It's open. It's open season.
Nah.
LaMelo always hurt. PJ, go get your 18. He still wasn't doing it there.
But again, see him as a role player
He's
and
a
a
role
solid
player.
starter. See him as a role player and solid starter. That's what I said. So,
All right. What teams would you start? There's teams that PJ Washington will not start on.
what teams would you not start him on?
I wouldn't start him on the Nuggets. I wouldn't start him over AG. I wouldn't start him over Michael Porter Jr.
So you would start Mikal Bridges over AG?
I wouldn't. Hold on. Mikal Bridges, well, they're in different positions. What I'm saying is, like, PJ Washington is like a 4.
He's
4-3.
like a 3-4. He's like a 3-4, the same as Mikal Bridges, a 3-4. They're both
He's not
3-4.
a 4. He's like 6'6".
Who?
Mikal, he's like 6'6", 200 pounds. He's not a 4 at all.
And you think PJ Washington is?
Yeah, he's bigger than him. Pause.
No, bro. Listen,
He was
PJ
playing
Washington is a 3-4.
He was playing 4 for the Mavs.
PJ Washington is a 3-4. Mikal Bridges is like a 3-4. That's
No,
how
he's
I
like a
see
3.
it.
He's just
That's
a
how
3.
I
He's
see
a
them.
2-3.
Nah, because when you go small ball, that's what you have to put Mikal because he's 6'6" or whatever.
He never played 4 for the Nets or for the Suns. He was always 3 or 2.
So who was the 4 on the Suns then?
Which
Don't
one,
say
when he
Jay
was there?
Crowder. Yeah, when he was there.
Was it because it was obviously KD wasn't there, so he was playing that position.
He wasn't there.
It was Chris Paul,
Devin Booker,
Mikal Bridges.
Jay Crowder, and Ant Ayton.
Was Jay Crowder starting?
Yes.
They
Jay
wasn't
Crowder-
using him at. Who was he guarding?
Who else was
Who
that?
was he guarding and who was guarding
Doesn't
him?
matter on the other side. He was guarding Chris
Said,
Middleton.
who was he guarding and who was guarding him? What is Chris Middleton?
Okay, Chris
A
Middleton.
3.
It's positionless basketball.
Oh, now it's positionless. Bad. Now
I'm saying what you're
it was
talking
3-4.
about.
Now it's positionless.
Okay, so
the
what?
goalpost was here, and now
what
it's here.
happens when Mikal Bridges goes and guards Luka? Does that make Mikal Bridges a 1? No, that doesn't make Mikal Bridges
But
a 1.
who's also guarding him? A 3.
No. Okay.
He's never guarding a 4, and a 4 is never guarding him.
Brooke Lopez was who was guarding Brooke Lopez? What's his name? It was a guard that was guarding Brooke Lopez. In one of the games, it was a guard that was guarding Brooke Lopez because they knew he wasn't gonna go down to the
But then who was he guarding?
Who was who guarding?
Brooke Lopez. Was he guarding a 5?
He was no. What they did was they put him on a 3 because they kept putting him in the pick and roll.
I don't know about
So
this.
this is what I'm
I have to
saying.
fact check
When
this.
they kept putting
This
him
is
in
him
the
reaching.
Listen, when they kept putting him in the pick and roll with
He's
the
reaching.
with the 5, they had him go guard the 3.
I feel like in every series, I felt like
man.
he was for a couple plays, they tried it, but not for a full game.
I see Mikal.
Mikal is a 3. Let's round it out. He's a 3. What position he plays majority of the time? If you had a pie chart,
If he's
2, 3, 4, which one is he the majority? A 3. He's
No, I
majority
see him
playing
as a
3.
3-4, man. It depends
But
on
it has
how
to be
you
one, so
playing.
it's not 50-50.
It has to be how
If
you're
one was-
playing, though. Like, if you're
What did he
playing...
play last year? What majority of the time
If
did he
you're
play? He played a
playing-
3 last year.
Right, on the Nets. You can play anything on
He
the Nets.
played a
You can play
3
center
on the
Nets.
Suns.
Oh, so who played
Listen,
for then?
look at his.
It
look
was
at
Jay Crowder, a 6'4", play. Nah, bruh.
All right.
Nah.
I'm gonna type in Mikal Bridges, and we're gonna just let the facts check, and we're gonna see what position he is.
Okay, he plays a 3. What does that do?
Oh, as soon as I brought up the phone, now he wanna.
No,
now he
I'm
wanna,
just saying.
Now
Okay,
he wanna admit
he
things.
plays a 3. Then what? What is that? What's your point with him playing a 3? What's your point with that?
You take him, you will find a way to start him on on all 30 teams. You will find a way to put Mikal Bridges in the start. You're not doing that for people who are role players.
Okay, so
Solid starters, you will start him
You take
on every
Mikal and put
situation.
him. You take Mikal and put him on the Bucks. Where does he start?
I guarantee they put him at the 2. I guarantee you they put him at the 2.
Even though he's a 3.
They will, because he's a solid starter. They will find a way to make him start.
All right, bro. All right,
So, all right, if you're the coach, all right, if you're the coach of the Bucks, you put him on the bench.
No, I'm not putting him on the bench. I'm putting him at the 4.
The 4?
I'm
Who
putting
plays the
Mik-
4 for us right now?
I'm putting
You
him
started
at
him
the
over
4.
Giannis
Oh
then.
yeah.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
I'm tripping. I forgot about but no. I wouldn't even
This
do
is
that
why.
though. No, I wouldn't
This
even
is
do
why
that.
I'm here.
I would put him.
I have to help you.
I would put him at the 4. The reason why I would put him at the 4. This is what I was thinking. I was thinking that I would put him at the 4 because I would have Giannis at the 5, Chris at the 3.
No. Giannis at
AJ
the
Green
5
at
does
the
not
2
work.
and Dame at the 1.
I'm not putting Giannis at the 5. That stuff
Giannis
doesn't
at the
work.
5,
It's
man.
like AD.
Everybody keeps saying that
is not a
Giannis
true.
at the 5 doesn't work. That's how
doesn't.
we won the championship.
No, it wasn't.
You
Brook was
can't-
this 5.
Brook played 19 minutes a game. I just looked this up because I was arguing with Camille about this. Or somebody about this. Brook played like 19 minutes a game. He didn't play that much during the... Giannis averaged 40 minutes. 40 minutes in the finals. Brook averaged maybe
is
19, 20.
He's never played 4, bro. He's
Well,
never
who are you
played
talking
it.
about now? Or-
Mikal, he's never played it. I will put him at the 2, put Bobby Portis at the center, and put Giannis at the 4, like at power forward. It would be Dame,
It
Mikal,
doesn't- okay.
Chris,
I think what we're
Giannis,
doing right
Bobby
now
Portis, or
is what you call
Brook
it.
Lopez.
Because it really doesn't matter. It's whoever good you got. Like Drew Holiday. What is Drew Holiday?
He's the point guard for them,
Okay, but he guards 1 through 3.
but he is the point guard.
Right,
Right.
and he guards 1
In that
through
lineup,
3.
even if
so
you made
it doesn't
All right,
matter.
if you made it, all right, take it. All right, pause. You made it positionless, right?
That's
Drew-
what basketball
all right, look,
is.
all right, so this is what we're gonna do, right? We're not even gonna put a position. We're gonna make everything positionless. Every team will find a way to make Mikal start on their team. He will
Okay.
start because he's a solid starter. He's not just a role player. A role player, I don't think he can start on all 30 teams.
Okay.
That's the difference between a solid starter and a role player.
Okay. So
Caldwell
you're
Pope.
saying every starter in the NBA is not a role player.
No, it's can you take them and start them on every single team?
Okay, if you can't, then there's
That's what you classify as a role player.
Okay, so let me ask you.
For like, all right, Derek White, does
Okay,
he start on
yeah,
every
yeah, yeah.
on all 30 teams? Would you start?
He's the point guard, right?
No, Derek White. He plays the 2.
Oh, he plays the
them.
2. I
Will he
thought he
start-
played the 1, but okay, he plays the 2.
But will you start on all 30 teams? You will find a way to start him.
Okay, you'll find a way to start him, right?
Mhm.
So he's a solid starter, right? Okay, so let me think. Who do I have? Zubac. He started.
He's a role player,
right? But he starts.
but he won't start on every 30 on all 30
So
teams.
the reason why you're saying that if a person can start on all 30 teams,
That's what you call a solid. All right,
that's
now
a
he's
solid starter.
Mhm.
But there's no role players as starters. Zubac is not a solid starter. Therefore, what is he?
He's a role player.
Right, but he's a starter.
If you take Zubac,
It's a
you take
start.
Zubac and
He
put him on a
starts,
Bucks.
but he's a role player.
If
You
put-
just said
if you
role
look, if you
players.
take Zubac
You
and-
said a
look,
starter can't be a role player.
You take Zubac and you put him on the Bucks. Would you start Zubac or would you start Brook Lopez?
I'm starting Brook Lopez.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know. I'm starting Zubac.
No. Oh my God.
I don't know.
You not starting.
No, listen, Brook Lopez. I would start him over Zubac, but
Because
I think
Zubac
Brook-
doesn't move his feet
Brook-
either.
Brook
Like
Lopez
they had the
needs
same
to-
problem.
Brook Lopez needs to go. So what you're
You would
saying
put Brook
is
Lopez as the starter, right?
so Zubac starts, but he's not a starter.
Because he's not a solid.
what
He's a
you're
role
saying.
player starting. Because if you take him and you put him on another team, you like, I won't start him here. I will make him a bench player. I will put him off the bench like a role player would.
gosh.
Some role players will be starters because it's what the team has to like they can afford, right? If they have a better option, they will put him on the bench on certain players. Mikal, you are going to start him.
Oh my
98% of the lineups, 99% to
Okay,
100%
so
of
let me ask
lineups,
you this then.
you will start Mikal
So
Bridges.
remember when the Thunder had the team? They were starting Westbrook, Harden, Kevin Durant. That was the 1, 2, 3. Then they had Serge Ibaka, right? So let's say a solid starter went over there that plays the 1. You're gonna bench him. Let's say Dame goes over there.
They wouldn't make that trade because they already have
I
a
know,
star.
but I'm just asking for my mind. Let's say
They have
that,
a star.
right, but let's just say hypothetically, if Dame goes over there,
You can't pull that hypothetical because it's stars. That's a different level. That's a different tier,
Oh,
right?
my
You're not going to move a
goodness.
star.
All right, man. KCP to the Magic. Does that move anything or what?
No, it doesn't.
I don't know. He's not a solid starter, so
He's a role player.
He's a role player.
Is he not a role player?
That's starting. That's going to start.
KCP is not always a starter, though.
So
They may not even start him.
They better start him.
They
Listen,
may not.
So can a role player be a starter?
A role player can be a starter,
Okay, that's what.
and a
that's
starter
what we got
can be
to.
a role player.
That's exactly what I've been
But
trying
a
to explain to
solid
you the
starter,
last 10 minutes.
a solid starter, a
I've been
solid
trying to
starter.
explain this
Look,
to this dude
but
the
a
last
solid
10
starter is not a
minutes.
role player, and a role player is not
And
always
that's
a
exactly
solid
what
starter.
I'm telling. That's exactly what I'm calling.
You missed the
Mikal
solid part.
Bridges.
He's
Sure.
he's not just
Solid
a starter. He's a solid starter. Like he will play. He would start on all 30 teams. You will figure out a way to start him on all
So
30 teams.
Mikal Bridges is a solid starter, but
Yes, he's not a role
But
player.
he's not a role player.
He's not a role player, bro. 20-point per game scorers aren't role players.
Can Chris Middleton go and get on every team? Start
start,
on every
yeah.
team. So he would be a solid starter.
He'd be a solid starter.
So you would
But he
start.
also was a star.
So you would start him over. Well, I mean that's what you said about Mikal Bridges. I mean that's what it felt like. But you
he's
said
a
role
star.
players. You answered my
Chris Middleton is a star.
role players can be starters. Starters can be role players.
But then you have solid
All right.
starters.
That's
a
what we got to
difference.
that.
We're gonna do a roll. We're gonna do a poll pause and see. While we here,
What that
We don't have a third
we're
man on
saying
here.
The same thing. That's what it is.
dude, so you think
said
do you
starters?
think, would you
can
consider
be
Mikal
role
Bridges
players.
just a role player?
Starters can be role players, and role players. Can
I don't
be
think
starters.
he's just a role player. Like when
I'm
I look
not
at
saying
when
it
I look
like
at
just a
Mikal, I
role
don't look at him as
But
like
on
that's
the
that's what
Knicks-
you said.
I said,
You said
on
he-
the Knicks. On the Knicks, is he your second option?
No.
Is he your third option?
Yes.
Even with OG doing what he do.
Yes, he's a third option.
Okay.
Like
So third options are not role players. Can't
Now,
be a role player.
no, it's possible. It depends on what team you have.
You need to go look at
No.
Mikal Bridges.
No.
Because I don't know who he really think
Oh my
Mikal
God,
Bridges is.
bro!
I don't know if he really know who Mikal
I
Bridges
remember
is.
Mikal Bridges putting up 26 in a
This
quarter
dude,
and burning your ticket.
This dude's saying 20 points a game like it's Cam Thomas did that. Is Cam Thomas a role player or is he or what is he?
He's only done it for a year, though.
Is he a role player? Yes or no?
Until proven otherwise, right now, he's between a role
Exactly
player.
my point.
No, he's between
Exactly
a role
my
player and a starter.
point.
Bro, he's like 20.
There's role players that average more than this dude, but he's a solid starter, and they're
It's
not
not
role
about
players.
points per game. It's about how you.
Now it's not
No,
about points
no,
per
look,
game.
look,
He
look.
just said he averages 20 points.
But it's what you bring to that team.
on,
It's
bro.
about what you bring as that solid starter. Are you bringing just points, or are you controlling the offense of that team? Right?
Okay, so
Drew Holiday doesn't average a whole bunch of points, but he's playing for Team USA.
I agree.
Is he a
Yes.
role player? He only averages like 13 for the Celtics.
So you say Drew Holiday is not a role player?
He's not a role player.
Oh, he's a solid starter.
He's a star.
Okay. So, Mikal
Star
Bridges.
slash solid player.
Okay.
Because
so
he's made the All-Star team. He's
Mikal
played on
Bridges
Olympic
averages
teams.
20. Cam Thomas averages 20 plus.
It's about
One
what
is a
they
role
mean.
player. One is a solid starter.
The same way you can say Jaylen Brown.
How
Is he
are
on
we-
is
how-
Jaylen Brown?
why are we having
is
this
Jaylen Brown
discussion
on the
right
USA team?
No, he's not on
Is
the
Drew
USA
Holiday on
team.
the USA team?
Again, it's about
Who-
what you need. It's about what you need. Just how we don't think. Okay, is Jalen Brunson better than Tyrese Halliburton? Absolutely, but they don't need Tyrese Halliburton. Just like you said, in that hypothetical situation, Dame did not.
Because is what he brings to the team.
And what does
Mikal
Mikal-
Bridges brings something to the team that Cam Thomas doesn't?
Mikal Bridges bring role player tendencies to the team. Am I wrong or am
Does
I
Cam
right?
Thomas play defense? Who plays better
Okay, we're
defense?
talking about Cam Thomas. Let's talk about Mikal Bridges. Does Mikal Bridges bring anything other than
Does he
role
average more
player
assists?
Does he bring?
Look, does he average more assists than
Does he
Cam Thomas?
bring
yes. Does he
more-
average more rebounds than Cam
Okay,
Thomas?
yep,
Yes.
yep,
Are their
you're
points per
correct.
game close enough?
Yep.
Yes. Does he
You're
play
correct.
better defense than Cam Thomas?
Yep. You're
Yes.
correct. Uh huh.
Does he average less turnovers than Cam Thomas?
Yep. Probably.
So it's about what he brings. It's not
Okay.
about him just being a role player.
You are correct.
He can he's the leader of that team.
Mm-hmm. Now, what does Mikal Bridges bring to the Knicks other than role player stuff?
He can still score. They don't need him to be the number one scoring option, but he can still score.
So he can score better than a role player.
He can score better than I think he can score better than OG, and he can score better than
So
DiVincenzo.
he can score better than a role player. Yes or no?
And he can
yes
still,
or no?
Look, and he can still
He
facilitate.
can't score better than a role player because he didn't do it because Cam Thomas just outscored him last season.
He didn't like. Oh my God! You talking about a guy whose job is a shooting guard to go out there and chuck shots. Cam Thomas is a shot
Well,
chucker.
we're talking about a solid starter and a role player, right?
But a solid
said
starter
Cam
can
Thomas
still
is a
help
role
the
player.
team, bro. Cam Thomas wasn't when he was getting those buckets. They weren't even winning.
What does Mikal Bridges bring that doesn't scream role player? What does he do that doesn't scream role player? You have yet to answer that question.
Bro, he can facilitate better. Like he can rebound better. He can score better. Like
He can do all this stuff better than a typical role player.
Bro.
Is that what you're saying right now?
you talking about Cam Thomas.
I'm not talking about Cam Thomas. I'm talking about in general. This dude's gonna be on the Knicks. He's gonna average 12 points.
He's not averaging.
He's
Bro,
gonna
he was-
average
he was
12
averaging more when he was
points,
with the
3
Suns, bro.
rebounds, 4 assists, and he's gonna be like, "Oh man, he's a
Cam
solid
Thomas
starter."
averaged
That is
22.
role player.
Cam Thomas averaged 22. Mikal averaged 20. Like you're acting like he was like light years ahead,
and
bro.
which one are you calling the role player, and which one are
the
you
guy that
calling
went
the
3
solid
straight, like 2
player?
straight games without getting a single bucket? Cam Thomas. That's your guy.
This dude went 2-3 straight games without getting a single bucket, and still averaged more than your boy. What are we talking about?
Because you trying to make it
right
straight
now?
points. Like, I'm not doing it, bro. Because
What
you be
are we
losing all your
talking
arguments with this stuff, man. You making us look bad with
I'm
this.
saying this dude is a role player. He's a great, solid role player. Is he a solid starter? Absolutely. But he's also a solid role
You
player.
can't.
too.
How you gonna say they're both?
You
can't say
can
he's
be
this
both.
and
We
that.
just said you can be a starter and a role player.
Bro, Cam Thomas shot a worse field goal percentage, averaged less assists,
All
averaged
right.
less
So
rebounds.
What
Like,
he's gonna try to do is take it off of take it off of Mikal Bridges' pause.
no, I'm saying because you're saying he averaged more.
Because I said Cam Thomas. Now he averages more.
So is Dame
What do
a
you
role
want me to
player?
say?
He didn't average as much as Giannis.
No, we know what Dame is.
This is
we
you.
know what
This
Dame
is the goalpost,
is.
and this is you
Listen, we know what Dame is.
moving it.
You just said he's a 20-point scorer. I'm going off your argument. You said you brought up 20 points. I didn't bring up 20 points. You brought that
Consistent.
up. Yeah,
2
Cam
years
Thomas
straight.
was consistent too.
No, he wasn't.
This man said he's not a role player, but on the team where he was the guy,
Bro.
he didn't average the most.
I'm talking
Come
about
on,
a consistent 20. Bro, Cam Thomas averaged 10 last year.
What are we talking about?
This is Cam
man?
Thomas's career. 6, 10,
Hey,
20.
this
He's not a
dude-
consistent 20
Listen,
point per
this
game
dude is
scorer.
a solid starter, right?
Is Cam
He's
Thomas
not
a
a
consistent
role
20 point
player.
per game scorer?
Listen, he's not
Is
a
Cam Thomas a
listen,
consistent
he's
20
not
point
a
per game
role
scorer?
player, but role players can outscore him when he's the number one option.
The number one option also
What
averages
are we
more
talking
assists.
about?
He averages more assists than him,
Oh,
more
okay.
rebounds.
Chris Paul
more-
averages more assists than everybody too. What is that?
And Chris
matter?
Paul was leading
he's Not,
teams.
he's not. Listen, right?
Chris Paul was leading teams, bro. Not scoring, but he was the leader of the team. So every team Chris Paul,
All
no, look,
right,
check this, look. Every
He's
team
not
Chris
a
Paul-
role player,
bro.
but role players can outscore him.
The same thing with Blake Griffin.
He
and,
should be a role player.
Blake Griffin and Chris Paul. Blake Griffin and Chris Paul. Who averaged more points, Blake Griffin or Chris Paul? Blake Griffin averaged more points than Chris
Yes, he
Paul,
did.
right?
Yes, he did.
But who led that team? Who is the leader of the Clippers?
So what?
Who
are
is the
we
leader of the-
talking
no,
about,
who is the
bro?
leader
What
of the
are-
Clippers?
What are we talking about?
Who is the leader of the
Now we're on
Clippers?
leadership. What are we
That's what I'm saying, bro. Mikal led the Nets. I'm not doing it. We can move on.
In like being
In
the-
every other statistic,
Okay, all right.
who averaged the most assists for the Nets?
I have no idea. But what I do know is the number one
on, man.
option. Your boy, your go-to guy.
I'm not doing this,
Your
man.
go-to
Because you're
guy-
making it sound
Your
illiterate up
go-to
here.
guy
You making
didn't
it sound
average the
crazy.
most when he was the man.
We not doing this. You know. So
Your-
who is the
your
leader of the
solid
Nets?
starter
Was Cam
did-
Thomas the leader
Listen,
of the Nets?
your solid starter didn't listen. Your solid
Come on
starter
now.
didn't outscore a role player.
Look at this. Who led the team in points?
How does that make sense?
Who led the team in points?
Cam Thomas.
No, he didn't. Points per game he led them, but who led the team in points scored?
That's because the fool don't miss a game.
That's what you
He
need
don't
out of a
miss a
leader. He
game.
doesn't miss games.
So now you're on leadership. Which one is it, bro?
Bro,
Which
oh
one
my
is
God.
it?
Like,
I don't know.
I'm
which
not
one
doing
is
it. I'm not doing next subject. The next subject.
So I saw a good question on Twitter though too is who's better?
Uh-huh.
Paul George, that's your boy now.
Uh-huh.
Paul George your boy or Jalen Brunson?
Jalen Brunson right now.
You think Paul George is or
Right now, Jalen
Brunson
Brunson is better than Paul
Okay,
George right now.
okay.
He's
That was
like
easy.
20.
That was
Yeah, he's
easy
like
for you.
26, and Paul George is 34.
Okay.
Come on now.
Listen, I ain't know. Now, one thing I do want to point out is Clay going to Dallas, right?
Yeah.
So, were you wrong on that one too? Didn't we bet on that?
Yeah, you got that one.
We got that one though too. Okay. So you got me to $5. Listen, I would go on the laundry list of things of what you was wrong about, but I ain't gonna.
No,
do
go
you
on
like
it, go on it.
that. I ain't
Give me-
gonna do-
give me
I ain't
three.
gonna- I ain't
Give me
gonna do you
three.
like that. I ain't gonna do you like.
We can go wrong
You
for
know
wrong.
what? You know what?
We can go wrong for wrong.
You're my dog. I can't do you like that.
Hey, we can go wrong for wrong.
One per episode. We gonna do that.
We could go. Nah,
Clay
give me
to
two.
Dallas.
Give me 2 times.
Clay to Dallas. Let's talk about Clay on Dallas. What does that look like?
yeah.
man? What does that look like?
Nah, Clay on Dallas. I mean, I think it's a solid pickup for them. I think.
I mean, you think they get back with that? I don't think they should have been there in the first place. But
Yeah, so I'm like, you can't really say do they get back with that. I think they still a top 4 maybe with this move.
you
4 or
think
5.
top 4?
4 or 5. They were 4 or 5 last year. I don't see the Clippers going back to that 4 seed.
I mean, you got the Thunder.
They're gonna be
Picked
top
up
3.
Caruso
Yep. So
and
they're gonna
Hartenstein.
continue to be top 3.
You got the Wolves.
Continue to be top
You
3.
got the Nuggets.
Continue to top 3.
And who was the?
Who's 4 now? It was Clippers, but Clippers are not going to be the same.
Was it the Clippers?
It was the Clippers at 4 seed playing the 5 seed Mavs that first round. So I don't think the Clippers are a 4 seed again. I do think, however, I think the Mavs move to that 4 seed. Because I don't see the Pelicans doing it. I don't see the Kings really doing it. I don't see the Warriors. I don't see the Lakers. I don't see the Suns. Who do you think tops the Mavs for that 4 seed?
Who gets
The
the
top four.
Mavs for the 4th seed? Hmm. It depends.
Here we
It
go.
depends.
On who? On who?
Kawhi Leonard. But we know he ain't gonna be healthy.
He had PG next to him and still couldn't do it.
Listen, we know he.
I mean, still barely did it.
But that is just kind of like.
I don't see the Clippers being better than they were
Yeah.
next year than they were this year.
But I just think it's like. Sometimes it's just like. Paul George and Kawhi, they kind of do the exact same thing. You know?
But they're not going to be better.
That just don't work.
If you take one of them away, I don't see them getting better than Dallas.
Oh, that's the team that I was thinking about, and I didn't know what you call it. At first, I was thinking about the Kings, but I don't think they're gonna jump to 4.
Mm-hmm.
The Suns. I think the Suns are gonna be better than the Mavericks.
I don't think so.
I think the Suns be better than the Mavericks.
I don't think they, because
And
they
you
still
gotta
haven't
think
figured out their
about
point guard
Memphis
problem.
coming back. You got Ja coming back. You got that whole squad coming back.
They're not going to be better than the Mavs.
I don't know, man.
I think the Mavs every year, like obviously last year,
know,
the year before last,
man.
when they first got Kyrie, they make the playoffs. This year, even how they closed out the year, they closed out the year much better. When they got them pickups with Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington, they had one of the best last after the trade deadline.
I don't think Mavericks finished top 4, man. I see either the Suns.
The team who barely made it
I think the
with
Suns.
an aging and a no point guard
I
situation.
think the Suns and Memphis.
Memphis comes back
Maybe.
from Ja Morant makes that much of a difference.
You don't know who that man is? You don't know who Ja
Pause.
Morant
Take his
is,
mic away.
bruh.
Cut the show. Put it just this side
You
of the
think
couch.
Ja Morant? So
You think
they
he's
was,
that much enough to take them from a 13th seed to a 4
Yes.
with just
Yes.
Desmond Bain? And no, they haven't made enough offseason
Yes.
moves. Every team has gotten better. They haven't made moves that really
Desmond
get
Bain,
them
they
that
got
much better.
defense with Marcus. Stop acting like Desmond Bain.
Marcus
ain't-
Smart ain't gonna play. Like, come on, man. What
I
are you
don't
saying?
think they're gonna be better than Mavs. I do think the Suns will be better than the Mavs.
I don't know about that.
I
They
think
still, until
I
they
think
figure out a
next
point
year,
guard.
I think next year the Suns will, because what happened is they
Hmm.
got embarrassed. I think they got embarrassed, and they. I think that they get it together though. I
Bradley
think they
Beal
get
still
it
not
together.
gonna play. Bradley Beal never plays.
Nah, I think they be
Bradley
better,
Beal
man.
plays Call of Duty. That's what Bradley Beal does. I watch. He's actually nasty at Call of Duty. That's what he does. He plays Call of Duty now. He doesn't play basketball anymore. He's a Call of Duty player. They don't have a true point guard, and that is their problem. They don't have a true point guard, and so I can see them being 5.
OKC, Denver, T-Wolves, and the Suns. That's my top 4. I don't think.
I give
I
them
don't
5.
think the Mavs. I think the Mavs be maybe 5, maybe even 6.
Nah,
Maybe even
they're gonna get better. They're only getting better.
I see the Lakers in the top 6. I think the Lakers go top 6.
You think they have a better record than the Kings?
Do the Lakers have a better record than? Yeah, I really don't have. I got faith in the Kings, but I really don't.
Hey, what
Like,
about Pelicans and Clippers?
I think the Lakers will be like the 6th seed. I think they get in there. They're gonna be better than.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not.
I don't
I'm not
think they're
saying
gonna be
you're wrong.
better.
I'm just
I don't-
asking you.
I think they're gonna be better than the Clippers.
You think they'll be better?
I think the
but you thought the
Clippers-
Clippers were gonna be better than the Mavs.
No, I said if Kawhi healthy. If Kawhi healthy, it
There's
really
no
matters if Kawhi.
He not. He's not.
If he's not, then they're not gonna
Like,
be better.
He's not. Like there's no
I'm
if.
just saying, a lot of stuff in the West depends on Kawhi's healthiness.
He actually played a good amount of
healthy
games.
Kawhi is crazy.
And a healthy AD. They both had their best.
What does
their
that
most.
matter?
I'm saying
I'm
they
not
both
worried
had their
about-
most healthy year last year.
Yeah, but KD.
Can they build on it? Can they
Yeah,
continue
but
to do it?
Kawhi can lead you to a champ. Well, I don't know about now.
This is
'cause
regular
he's been
season. We're
hurt.
talking regular
'Cause He's
season.
been hurt. He's been hurt.
They both played the most games they played in the regular season last year than they played in the last like 4
And
years.
And he didn't play the playoffs.
That's what I'm
it
saying.
is.
Like,
I don't know,
we may not
man.
see them do this again.
Yeah, I mean,
This is
I get you.
last year was an anomaly.
Yeah,
They may not even do it again. So, I'm talking about teams that like I see Luka and Kyrie. Well, Luka more so. I see him playing majority of the year. He usually plays majority of the year as a star. Like Kyrie, maybe.
depends. So Buddy Hield to the Warriors. Now,
That
yeah, I
doesn't-
know you hate Buddy Hield.
That doesn't move the needle at all.
Now, Buddy Hield is one of the greatest 3-point shooters in the last decade.
He
now.
can do nothing else.
Well, they don't need him to do nothing else.
Yes, they do.
So,
Who's better, Klay Thompson or Buddy Hield right now?
I mean, I don't know. Clay was.
Clay still average. Clay still average.
They benched that.
And Buddy
boy.
Hield got benched too.
That's why he out of there.
And if Buddy Hield didn't get benched, he should have been benched. Buddy Hield is not better than Klay Thompson right now. I must say, even Klay Thompson having a down year, still shot 40% from the three, still shot 43% from the field, which is like not too far away to use. It's still average 18.
Yeah,
this is a down year.
I mean, I was still.
You got to say
Pick
Klay Thompson.
Clay is better than Buddy Hield.
And they still
but
didn't make
that's
the playoffs.
a
Look,
good
and they-
runner-up,
look,
though.
But they still didn't make the playoffs.
Right, but
So the needle didn't fully move. They need somebody that's a game changer. They don't need somebody that's a little bit worse than Clay. They need somebody that's going to help Curry. And I don't see them having a guy that's going to really help them.
yeah,
Curry is 36. They need somebody that's a big help. A weight off his shoulders.
Yeah,
Buddy
he's
Hield is not a weight off
yeah,
his
he's
shoulders.
Not that. He's not that.
He's not.
But I think he's the best runner-up to like Klay Thompson, like somebody that's hit threes. Didn't he win the 3-point competition?
I don't
Like,
follow Buddy Hield behind it. Like, he's not doing enough to make me be like, oh, yeah, I know what his accolades look like.
So you giving the Houston Rockets did not give Jalen Green the max. Would you give Jalen Green the max?
What is he, like 22 now? No,
Just had a kid,
I'm not giving
and he
him.
been going crazy. Remember that stretch? He was going
Yeah,
crazy.
he was going crazy. I'm not giving him the max simply because he's the same age as Ant.
And y'all not doing the same thing.
Y'all not. I'm looking at him and saying, look what he's doing. Look what you're doing. You're not him.
Yeah, but there's players out here getting the max that don't need it. No, like,
In that case,
and you know,
in that case,
you know that Jalen Green is gonna be good. Like, he's already showed, like, hey, like, with these 30-point games and 40-point games, you know. So,
he averaged 19 last year. No,
well, how much Ant average? What was he, like 25?
26.
26?
that's seven. That's
Yeah, that's a big. That's
a big difference. And he shot
yeah.
42%. I think Ant shot 46,
Yeah,
47.
but Harkenstein, you know, like, that boy getting. I mean,
Oh, he should get more than Hartenstein, but I'm not giving him the max. I'm not giving him 50 million. I'll give him 30, but I'm not giving him 50. I'll give Jalen Green 40 million.
I don't know if I give him 40. I think
35 to 40, I
30,
give-
35.
35 to 40. If Hartenstein is getting 30, he can get 35 to 40.
Yeah, but I mean,
gotta
you
say.
get what somebody pay for you. I mean, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm a team, I'm willing to pay Jalen
but I mean,
Green
you gotta
35,
you
40.
gotta look at Houston. though.
Everybody get money.
They gonna need Jalen Green, man. They gonna need.
They're going to need him not to average 19 only. They're going to need him to get these numbers.
Takes that step though?
He need to. Like, he's 22.
No.
Ant is 22.
Next year, do you think he goes 22 and above? I think he needs to do that 22 to 26.
I think he will, but I got to pay him off of, like, hey, first year, average 17. Next year, 22. Third year, 19. You don't get to drop three points a game.
I didn't know he averaged 22 in this.
His assists went lower. His rebounds went up to 5.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he averaged 5. But anyway, his assists dropped down 0.2, and his points dropped down
I see
3.
the vision. I pay him 35.
One thing I will give him credit for, 82 games played last year.
Yeah, I give him the 35, man.
I give him 35, 40.
I give
I'm
him
not giving him the
35.
max, but I'll pay him. I'll pay him, just not as much as I'm paying Ant. Ant got a max. I'm not paying him Ant money. I'm not. Ant plays better defense. Ant is a leader.
I
Like,
give you on that one, but ain't too many ants. But he's the ant of that team.
what I'm saying is they're the same age. They're both 22.
Yeah, but he's the ant of that team.
No. That don't matter.
Has to be, man. He's young. You can tell that he got some potential. Like,
The Ant
just
of the
like you
team,
give-
we did not make the playoffs.
just like you give Chris Middleton. You think Chris Middleton is worth all he got?
I don't know what he got.
Man, he got something crazy.
New?
But- huh?
New? Or you talking
No,
about?
no. I'm
No,
talking about,
when he was killing, I would have paid Chris Middleton, bro. He was bailing us out, bro. I would have
Alright,
paid
man.
Chris Middleton. Hey, I would have paid Chris Middleton. I don't think he got a max though. I think he got
I
paid.
thought
But I
he
don't think he
did
got a
have
max.
the-
I
I
thought
thought he-
Drew got the big money because remember Giannis was calling him big money or something like that. I don't think he got a max. I
maybe.
think he got a high contract, but I don't think he got a max.
I know he got 100 something.
I would have paid him that because
I know he
he
got
was
100
vital
something.
to that ring, bro. He
know he
was
got 100
vital
something.
to that ring, bro.
So give me this last thing. So
Uh-huh.
let's hear your top five. So at each position, give me your favorite player.
Favorite player?
Let's start with point guard. Point guard is way too hard. Let's start with center.
Center, Jokic. I gotta take him over Embiid. He
I
won
was
a
just about to
ring.
say, you gonna take him over?
Yeah,
True,
he won a ring.
true,
He makes
true.
his team better. Like he gets further. I gotta go. It's Jokic. He's 3-time. No, yeah. What am I even arguing this for? I'm over here trying to give the reasons why as if it's not right in our face.
I ain't say nothing. I'm like, go ahead.
I'm over here arguing myself because I'm
You
so
argue-
prepared for you. I'm prepared for you to hate. So I'm like, what am I doing? Yeah, it's Jokic, obviously.
Listen, that one it was.
We go
clear
Jokic.
cut
We go Giannis.
at the 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, like nobody's even contesting that. No, there's no power forward.
Now,
I
this
believe
is
is
where it
close
gets
to Giannis
sticky.
right
This is
now.
where it gets sticky.
Power forward.
No, this is shoot.
I mean, not power forward, small forward. Small forward, it gets a little.
This is where it get a little sticky.
because then it's like because the
Get a
main
little
is
sticky.
you want to go
Mikal Bridges.
Jason Tatum, but I can't because he's first team for the last couple years. Like he's first team, but it's like,
Dang.
are we going healthy or are we going what we really working with? Pause.
Paul.
Pause on that. That was wild. When we going with what we got right here, that's the reality.
Oh my
We
God.
going reality or we going in perfect
It's
world?
your favorite player.
My favorite player?
Your favorite player at each position.
Oh, if it's my favorite player don't have to be the best player. It's just my
Right.
favorite player.
It's
Paul
your
George
favorite
is
player.
small forward. That's my favorite player at that
Okay.
position.
So what about shooting guard?
Shooting guard, my favorite shooting guard right now is Ant. He's my favorite shooting guard right now. He's
that's
not
not
the.
a bad
He may not,
pick.
I'm not saying
Not
he's
a
the best,
bad
but he's
one.
my favorite.
Not a
If I
bad
want to
one.
watch somebody, I'm gonna watch Ant. I like his game.
Yeah, I would probably go. My favorite center to watch is Embiid. Like,
Oh yeah. At first, I thought you said best. I would rather watch Embiid play. He's my favorite center.
I would rather watch. him
Jokic
play.
is the best center. Power forward, Giannis is the
Power
best center.
forward,
He's
yes.
also my
Yeah,
favorite
he's
center
the
to watch.
favorite to watch.
Small forward, my favorite is Paul George. If you go 3, you go 2. My favorite 2 is Ant right now. My favorite 1 is Dame.
To watch.
It was him or Curry, but Dame means more to me because I went to the same college. Like it's different. Like it's levels to it. Like
Yeah,
I would like Curry,
mean,
but Dame is
I would
like
switch. I would switch. So Dame, man, I've been vouching for Dame for a while, but I think my favorite point guard
Is
to
Brunson.
watch right now is Brunson.
yeah. I see, man. You've been on the
Man,
Brunson train
that
heavy.
Dude is cold. Or it was.
He like the little short, stocky people. Like it
was
reminds
either-
him of home.
So it was either Brunson or SGA. But I think Brunson. I got Brunson, man. That dude. I
Yeah.
like watching. That's my favorite point guard right now, and SGA. But
I like SG. I just don't like the foul baiting. Dame foul baits too,
I was just about to say. You said Dame, bro. What you mean?
but he's still my favorite. Like SGA,
I
his
get
game is
it. That's
smooth.
your
But I feel
personal
like right now
connection.
Dame foul baits more this year than he's ever did, and I think it's just because he was just kind of out of shape.
He was out of shape. Yeah.
Dame is not as much of a foul.
Dame is a. I'm gonna
SGA,
go
you're
get a
25.
bucket.
You shouldn't be foul baiting. Same thing with Luka.
That's
Like,
what the league
but I'm
is,
saying
though.
like at this like. You too
That's what
young,
the
man.
league
Go. You
is,
shouldn't be
man.
relying on a free throw line. Go get your buckets. Like Dame had to rely on it because he like, yo, I gotta just use my old man kind of like moves. But if you young like that, don't be foul baiting, man. Like go get your buckets. Like, nah, man, we're not doing that. You too young for that foul bait game. Same as Luka, but Luka's slow. Luka like
Dang, you don't like watching Luka play?
I do, but I'm saying like SGA. Hey,
Dang.
Luka's game is more exciting than SGA's. They call him
No.
Luka Magic for a reason.
No. I'd rather watch SGA hoop.
73 points? You'd rather watch a dude
That's
that get 30
one
every
game,
night,
man.
and a lot of it from the free throw line,
It's not a lot of it.
rather than the guy hitting step back crossover threes
You
in
saying
slow
Luka
motion.
don't get? See who averaged more from the free throw line last year?
But Luka's
This dude
buckets,
averaged.
Luka's
listen,
buckets
he
are more
averaged
entertaining than
35.
SGA's buckets.
No, bro, I don't see it.
They
No.
call him Luka Magic for a reason. It's
Yeah,
a
because he
magic-
does trick
magical
shots
show.
and
That's why it's more exciting
no, I'm
to
saying
watch.
he hitting it off the before the game. He's
Oh,
hitting it
my
off
God.
the what's it called? Nah, I rather watch
The guy that got bounced out by Luka Magic. That's who you would rather watch.
Yeah, the guy who had the better team. Yeah,
He had a better record. It got bounced.
the guy who had the better team. Yeah, in the playoffs, he beat a bunch of rookies, bro. What do you want me to do there?
Bounced.
Yes, a bunch of rookies.
By
I don't
Luka.
know what else you want me to
Bounced.
do, man.
That's episode 31.
Shaq, Diesel on
No,
Orlando.
32, you're right. 32 in the books.
On Orlando.
You're flying through these. Let us know what y'all thinking. Who was right, who was wrong.
Well, you definitely
The
wrong,
legend.
man. Because you know what? I should create a list. I should create a list about how much this.
It's gonna be
'cause
short,
he called
man.
95. He called.
It's gonna
what
be
is-
short, man.
He
But you
called
used to
himself-
short.
Listen, he called himself the Mr. 94.
Whenever
feet.
I start to feel like I'm close to like 97, 98, then I gotta like humble myself and go back to 94. Because I be feeling like, yo, I don't want to be at 100 or 99. Like,
Listen,
I gotta be
think
the
he
wrong.
Getting that 9 turned upside down. It's really a 6. So you're really at 64%.
When I start to feel like I'm at
with
98,
him. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
I throw you a win.
you know what? I should create a laundry list of stuff that he got wrong. I should, but I'm not
Oh,
gonna.
I'll do the same.
I ain't gonna
The
do
next
it
episode, I'm coming back with
I ain't
everything
gonna
you
do
said
him
wrong
like that. I ain't gonna do him like that. Pause. Episode 32.
in the books.
Yeah, man.